Today we are going to start preparation of alkali. Now, there are different methods of preparation of alkali. To start with that, now in this first method we are going to start from hydrocarbon. Now in 11th science, we also see the preparation of alkali. To start with that from hydrocarbon. Now in hydrocarbon, the first method is going to start from alkane. Now you already seen alkane in 11th science, different methods of preparation of alkali. Let's start with this alkane first. The first method by which you are going to prepare alkali is halogenation. Halogenation meaning is we are going to react our alkane with different kinds of halogen. For example, X2. If you consider as halogen, then instead of X, I can write chlorine. I can use bromine also. I can use iodine also. Let's start with the first one. The first method of preparation of alkali from alkane is, consider example first. Let us say RH is an alkane. If you are going to react alkane with a chlorine in the presence of UV light or HNu, what will happen is, first one, hydrogen atom will combine with the chlorine, and next one you will get alkyl group will combine with the chlorine atom, plus you will get HCl. This is called as alkyl chloride. Now, we'll see the example first. Instead of R, if I write CH3, what will happen? CH3H, chlorine, in the presence of sunlight, you will get hydrogen atom will combine with the chlorine atom, you will get HCl, and the CH3 will combine with water chlorine, and you will have CH3Cl plus HCl. Okay, this is called as methane. Everybody know this now in 11th science, you already see. This is called as methyl chloride. Okay, now this chlorination reaction is not that much important reaction. This is not suitable in the lab also. This is industrial method. Now, as far as mechanism of this method is considered, mechanism of this method is Fredolical mechanism. This is Fredolical mechanism. This method is not suitable in a lab, but yes, this is an industrial method. Now, why this happened? It is industrial method. Now, what happened actually is this: the reaction is never stopped in this place, methyl chloride. This methyl chloride is again going to react with what? Chlorine atom. So, if you see a continued reaction, it will look like this. This methyl chloride, you will write once again CH3H, methane, react with the chlorine. You will get CH3Cl, that is methyl chloride, plus you will get HCl. This methyl chloride again come back. This again react with this chlorine atom. One hydrogen atom of this CH will combine with the chlorine, and you will have CH2, Cl2 and HCl. Again reaction never stop here. Again this CH2Cl2. Again combine with the chlorine atom. Again you will find replacement of one hydrogen atom. We will have CHCl3 plus HCl. Again this CHCl3 combined with chlorine, and we will have CCl4 plus what? HCl. So you are getting a mixture, you are getting a cocktail of methyl chloride, methylene dichloride, chloroform and carbon tetrachloride. That is why this method is not suitable in a lab, but this is industrial method. So we will get a mixture of all this compound. If you want to write the name of all this compound, it's very simple. This is called as methyl chloride. This is methylene dichloride. This is chloroform, or you can write trichloromethane also. And this is called as carbon tetrachloride. We will consider one more example for this. Another example we will going to see. Now what will happen to this compound? This compound is called as a propane. Now if you are going to react the propane again with the chlorine atom, there are many chances. This chlorine atom may replace this hydrogen atom, may replace this central carbon atom hydrogen atoms, or maybe the terminal hydrogen atom. So there is much more chances for this chlorine to replace terminal carbon hydrogen atom or non-terminal carbon. So you are getting this. You are getting something called as mixture. If middle hydrogen atom is replaced, you are going to get this, and if a terminal hydrogen atom is going to replace, you are going to get this. So you will get a mixture of all this product. This is called as central carbon atom. This is called as secondary propyl. This is called as secondary propyl chloride. This is called as N-propyl chloride. If you want to write IUPAC names, of course you can write IUPAC names. This is 2-chloropropane, and this is what called as 1-chloropropane. So meaning is, if any alkane undergoes a chlorination, you are going to get a mixture. That means this is a non-selective reaction. This is non-selective reaction. So you are not able to say that yes, you are going to get a secondary propyl chloride only, not an N-propyl chloride. You are going to get a mixture. Okay? So first, from hydrocarbon in alkane undergoes halogenation. That first we have seen is called as halogenation, which is chlorination first. Okay, so just copy down all these things. Just pause the video and you can copy. Then we will start with the bromination. Okay? Okay. Okay. Now let's start with the bromine. Now for bromination also the same thing you are going to see. Start with the bromination also. Bromination, it is a selective reaction. Selective meaning is you are going to get different compounds in chlorination, but in bromination doesn't happen, because bromination we are going to get to see a selective reaction. Let us start with that. Bromination. What happens in bromination is again the same thing. RH called as alkane. We are going to react alkane with the bromine. In the presence of H nu, what will happen is this. Hydrogen atom going to combine with the bromine atom. Okay. So what you are going to get is R will combine with the bromine. You will get RBr plus HBr. This is called as alkyl bromide. Now let's start with the selection. One specific example you are going to see. Start with the example first. Okay. Now this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is butane. N-butane this is. Now if you are going to react butane with the bromine atom, let us see what will happen now. Like a chlorination, you are not going to get a mixture of these two. This is a primary carbon atom. If you are going to write this, just 1 minute. Now this carbon atom is a primary carbon atom. This carbon atom is a secondary carbon atom. This is also secondary carbon atom. This is a primary carbon atom. Now what happens is this. This bromine atom definitely going to replace hydrogen atom of primary also and secondary carbon atom also. Remember one thing in bromination. The carbocation prefer this tertiary, then secondary carbon atom, and then primary carbon atom. So whenever there is a tertiary carbon atom, definitely that hydrogen atom is going to be replaced by bromine atom. If secondary is there, then secondary, and then last one will be a primary. So you will get this. You are going to get a secondary alkyl halide. So let's start that. You will get bromine here. Okay. Now the same example with a bit of changes. Suppose this compound is there, and if you're going to react with the bromine, again in the presence of HNO. Now you have to find out first which state of carbon atom is. This is primary carbon atom. This is primary carbon atom. This is also primary carbon atom. Okay, and this is called as tertiary carbon atom. So hydrogen atom of this tertiary carbon atom we must be going to replace, not this primary one. So we are going to get this. Okay, so tertiary carbon atom is preferred, carbocation is preferred than secondary and primary in the case of bromination. An important thing about this reaction is, in bromination, this is important, no doubt about this. Tertiary carbocation is preferred than secondary and then primary. This is selective reaction. This is selective reaction. While chlorination, we have seen it is non-selective reaction. Okay. So this is one example about bromination. Alkene will react with the bromine in the presence of sunlight. Alkyl bromide is obtained. Copy down this. Okay, let us start with the next one now, iodination. Now in iodination, little bit of difference. It is something different than chlorination and bromination. Let us start with that. Now in iodination is, again as usual state, we are going to take alkane. We are going to react with iodine. So this is an alkane. This is what iodine. You are going to react. What you should get, you must get this hydrogen atom will combine with iodine atom. An alkyl atom will attach to what? Iodine. So we will have alkyl iodine plus HI. But this is impossible because this HI is a very good, strong reducing agent. If this is a strong reducing reagent, then what happens is this HI again combined with Ri, that is alkyl iodide, and this reaction will be a reversible in nature. The reaction is reversible in nature. Now this reaction, if you want in a forward direction, then this strong reducing agent must be what? Finished. So if you want to continue with this reaction by using the same thing, then we have to add a strong oxidizing agent. We are going to mix a strong oxidizing agent in this reaction. For example, you can mix CHiO3, you can mix HNO3, or you can mix HgO also. And what happens is this: we are going to take this strong oxidizing agent in this HI is completely what get finished with the strong oxidizing agent, and we are getting what? Alkyl iodide. Examples, again the same thing what you are seeing in the chlorination, bromination. Any one example you can write. Okay, so from hydrocarbon in alkane we have some 3-1: chlorination, bromination and iodination. To start with the next one, just copy this. We are going to move into the next one now. Instead of alkane, we are going to write alkane, ALKENE. Okay, let's start with the next one now. So after alkane, let us start with the next one. Alkene. Just replace A and write E, alkene. Now this is very good reaction. Let's start with the example first. CH2 double bond CH2. This is called as ethene. This one basic alkene is there. We are going to react ethene with HX. Just see what happens. It's a very simple reaction. First one, the single bond is going to break. The single bond is going to break. We are going to get CH2 single bond CH2, single bond free to each carbon atom. This hydrogen atom, one of the hydrogen atom combined with first carbon atom, halogen atom combined with second carbon atom. So you are going to get this. Hydrogen इधर आएगा और इधर क्या आएगा? Halogen atom. Now it may happen that halogen may be attached to the first carbon atom, hydrogen may attach to the second carbon. It's okay. We are going to get what? Alkyl halide. Let's start the example first. Instead of CH2 CH2 HX, if you're going to write HBr, let us see what you're going to get is, as usual, first one, this bond is going to break. Hydrogen atom will attach to the first carbon atom, bromine will attach to the second carbon atom. We will have CH2 single bond CH2, single bond free to each carbon atom. So hydrogen attached to the first and bromine. This is called as ethyl bromide. Instead of HBr, if you are going to take HCl, again you are going to get the same thing. CH2, single bond CH2, hydrogen attached here and chlorine will attach here. As usual symbol, if you want to write the symbol is again the same thing. Hydrogen atom will attach to the first carbon atom and the chlorine will attach to the second carbon atom. So the name of this compound is again, this is ethyl bromide, this is called as ethyl chloride. Okay, this is simple reaction. We start the same thing, a little bit of different way. Again the same thing, alkene. But now I'm not going to take ethene, I'm going to take propene. Chalk. CH3, CH double bond, CH2 called as propene. Now one of the important difference between ethene and propene is this is called as symmetrical alkene and this is called as unsymmetrical alkene. Now thoda change ho jayega. Now if unsymmetrical alkene, if I am going to react with HX, now what will happen? Let us start with that. Now what will happen is, now HX is called as hydrogen halide. In this case, hydrogen atoms acquire partial positive charge, this is partial negative charge. There is one of the scientists called as Markovits. He given a rule called as Markovits rule. According to him, whenever unsymmetrical alkene like propene react with unsymmetrical reagent like HX, now what happens is this. Then negative part of reagent will attach to that carbon atom which contain less number of hydrogen atom. If I am going to write this is for terminal carbon atom, this is middle and this is called the terminal carbon atom, you will find this. This carbon atom contains one hydrogen atom, this contains two hydrogen atom. So according to Markovits, when unsymmetrical alkene react with unsymmetrical reagent like HX, then negative part of reagent will attach to that carbon atom which contain less number of hydrogen atom. So where the less number of hydrogen atom, negative part will attach to that carbon atom which contain less number of hydrogen atom. Definitely positive will be attached to this more number of hydrogen atom. So what happens is this, we are going to get CH3, CH single bond CH2, halogen atom will attach to the middle carbon atom which can contain less number of hydrogen atom, and here will be what? H. If you write example, CH3, CH double bond, CH2, instead of HX if I write HBr, then again the same thing, we are going to write delta positive charge on hydrogen atom, delta negative charge on bromine atom. Again what will happen? The bond is going to break, again Markovits rule. The negative part of reagent will touch that carbon atom which contain lesser number of hydrogen atom. So lesser number of hydrogen atom, more number of hydrogen atom. So what you're going to get is, this is CH3, CH single bond CH2, bromine atom will attach to the middle carbon atom, and this one will be what? Hydrogen atom. Okay, now this is called as a propene. As usual we know this. This is called as what, N propyl. This is secondary propyl. bromide. Okay. Now, what is Markovni's rule is very, very important rule in the exam. The question may be asked on this. State and explain Markovni's rule. What is Markovni's rule is when unsymmetrical alkene, not this is symmetrical alkene. When unsymmetrical alkene react with unsymmetrical region like HX or HBr, the negative part of region will tell that carbon atom which contain less number of hydrogen atoms. So you are going to get this. Now, Markovni's rule is applicable to this reaction is very simple. But sometimes some reaction doesn't follow the Markovni's rule. For example, let's see the example first. For example, this. Now, what about this reaction is? This is IUPAC name. If you want to write, you can write this is what 1, 2, 3. So you can write this 1, 2, 3, 4. मतलब आएगा 3 methyl. This is what bit 1 AN. Now let us start the example. If you are going to react with this HBr, अभी होता क्या है? If you are going to write this reaction by using a Markovni's rule, you will get this. Definitely again, single bond is going to break. You will get this. Negative part will attach that carbon contain less number of hydrogen atom. Bromine atom will attach here and hydrogen atom will attach it here. But you never get this. This is wrong one. This is wrong. ये मिलता नहीं है. So what happened actually is this. This reaction goes by this way. This is a transfer of electrons. This hydrogen atom will transfer here. You will get CH3CH, CH3, carbon positive charge. Here you will get CH3. This is carbocation. Now, this carbocation is there due to this what? Okay, this carbocation is there, CH3. Now, this hydrogen again what shifted to this carbon atom. You will get this. So finally, all positive charge will be there on what? Tertiary carbon atom. Because tertiary carbon atom is more stable compared to what? Secondary and primary. So you are never going to get this. Finally, our bromine atom is going to attach what? This carbon atom. You will get a compound CH3, CH3, CH2, CH3. And here you will get what? Bromine atom. Okay. So if reaction came in the exams like this way, definitely you are going to use what? Markovni. If you are going to write the same example. But this kind of example, if it is an ask in exam, then not this. According to Markovni rule, you are going to get this because of hydrogen shift or rearrangement reaction. इधर थोड़ा rearrangement होता है तो इसको हम rearrangement reaction भी बोल सकते हैं. This is called as rearrangement reaction और also called as hydride shift. हाइड्रोजन एटम अगर इधर से उधर जा रहा है तो इसको हम बोलेंगे हाइड्राइड शिफ्ट रिएक्शन. ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट Markovni rule. So from hydrocarbon alkene, first one you are seeing is called as Markovni. ठीक है, so just pause the video and you can copy down these reactions. Okay, so just now we have seen Markovni's rule. The same thing we are going to see, but little bit of different way. Let's start the same thing again. Now, same example you're going to take, same examples. CH3, CH double bond, CH2. If I'm going to react with HBr, let us see what will happen now. Now, if I'm going to carry out the reaction by same method, same thing I'm going to get secondary propyl bromide, same thing. But now, instead of this, in the presence of, if I carry out reaction in the presence of peroxide, now something change you will find, something change. You'll write in a big size, peroxide. Let us see what you're going to get is. Now if I'm going to carry out this reaction in the presence of peroxide, the first thing is the single bond is going to break as usual. Now according to Markovitch rule, the negative part of reaction that carbon atom which contain less number of hydrogen atom. But if you're going to carry out this reaction in the presence of peroxide, something inverse will happen. According to this, if when unsymmetrical alkene react with unsymmetrical reagent like HBr in the presence of peroxide, then negative part, this is what a delta negative charge, this is carry delta positive charge, the negative part of reagent will attach to that carbon atom which contain more number of hydrogen atom. तो मार्कोनिस रूल का एग्जैक्टली उल्टा इधर हो जाएगा. दिस रूल इज कॉल्ड एज एंटी मार्कोनिफ रूल. दिस रूल इज कॉल्ड एज एंटी मार्कोनिफ रूल. There is another name also. This is also known as Kharash effect. Or also known as peroxide effect. So एक ही reaction है, but we have find the three names are there. So Kharash effect, anti-Markovitch rule, or peroxide effect. So negative part of reagent with that carbon atom which contain less number of hydrogen atom. So let's start this. Br minus is going to attach with now what? CH2. So we are going to get something this CH3, CH, CH2. Bromine atom will attach to our terminal carbon atom H here. Okay. So in a case of Markovitch rule, if you're going to react only HBr with the propene, you're going to get a secondary propyl bromide. But if you carry out this in the presence of peroxide, we are going to get N propyl bromide. This is called as N propyl bromide. Okay, this is what as usual is propene. So if you want to distinguish between Markovitch rule and anti-Markovitch rule कोई भी presence of नहीं रहेगा. Just unsymmetrical alkene आएगा, react with HBr, you will get this. But if you're going to carry this reaction in the presence of peroxide, anti-Markovitch rule, when unsymmetrical alkene react with unsymmetrical reagent like HBr, the negative part of reagent will attach to that carbon atom which contain more number of hydrogen atom. This is called as anti-Markovitch rule, peroxide effect, or Kharash effect. Now, same example if you're going to carry out with what? In the presence of peroxide, अब होता क्या है देखो. Same thing example you're going to write. CH3, CH, CH3, CH, double bond, CH2. Again, if you're going to react with HBr in the presence of peroxide, now what happened? Instead of this bromine and this, what will happen? Again, you're going to get the same thing. Same bromine atom here attached to tertiary carbon atom. Here also you will find bromine atom will attach to what? Tertiary carbon atom, just due to what? Rearrangement and hydrogen shift reaction. So you will write directly here CH3, CH3, CH2, CH3 and bromine atom. Okay, this is called as Kharash effect or anti-Markovitch rule. Let's start with the next one. You will see one example which contain all this Markovitch rule also and anti-Markovitch rule. देखते हैं अभी क्या मिलेगा. Now, if I'm going to reuse this, okay, let's see now what will happen to this reaction is. थोड़ा चेंज करते हैं, इधर एक ब्रांच डाल देते हैं. Now what will happen if you're going to react with HCl, and what will happen if I'm going to react with HBr? Okay, and suppose if I write here HBr in the presence of peroxide, maybe a benzoyl peroxide, anything, नाउ क्या हो जाएगा, अभी देखते हैं क्या होता है। द फर्स्ट केस एज यूजुअल मार्कोनी रूल आएगा, तो क्या मिलेगा, यू विल गोइंग टू गेट दिस, ठीक है, सिंगल बॉन्ड ब्रेक, नेगेटिव चार्ज एटम किधर जाएगा, क्लोरीन है तो किधर जाएगा, लेस नंबर ऑफ हाइड्रोजन एटम, लेस नंबर ऑफ हाइड्रोजन एटम किधर आएगा, इधर एक ही हाइड्रोजन एटम है, 1 2 3 कुछ भी नहीं, इधर कितना था, 1 हाइड्रोजन एटम, सो यू विल फाइंड ए क्लोरीन विल अटैच हियर and hydrogen atom will attach here. Negative part of reagent to that carbon atom which contain less number of hydrogen atom. HBr है, again same thing you're going to get, same Marconi rule you're going to use, Cl and hydrogen atom. Now here in this case definitely you're using a peroxide, meaning you're going to see now Kharash effect, anti-Marconi rule or peroxide effect, so you're going to get this, इधर आएगा bromine. Okay, so by this way you can write many examples. In the exam also the question may be asked anything, a product reactants will be given, product will be given, just you have to check in the presence of or in the absence of peroxide, depend upon that you can write. Just copy down this. Okay, let's start with the next reaction now. So we have seen from alkane how you can prepare. After that we have seen from alkene how you are going to prepare alkyl halide. To start now एक ही बाकी है, वो है alkynes, कार्बन कार्बन ट्रिपल कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड, इसको भी थोड़ा रफ कर देते हैं. Now alkyne, R C triple bond C H. Now from alkyne also you can prepare alkyl halide, but you will get a dihalogen derivative if you're going to react with what, HCl. What will happen, bond break हो जाएगा, you will get this R C double bond C H, single bond will be free. Here you will get one chlorine atom, here you will get what, hydrogen atom. ठीक है, again what, HCl will combine with what, this product, again you will get RCCl, here you will get CH3 and what, here you will get Cl. This is called as dihalogen derivatives. तो हम लोग खाली भी मोनोलॉजी नहीं देख रहे, फिर भी कंटिन्यूसली हम ले रहे हैं उसको. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज डायलोजन डेरिवेटिव्स. डायलोजन डेरिवेटिव आल्सो कॉल्ड एज जेमिनल डायलाइड. ठीक है, खाली याद रखना है, मे बी यूजफुल इन देयर. So this is what example is from alkyne. If you react with HCl, you are getting what, dihalogen derivative. There is one another method which is the last one. Let's start with that. हो गया लिखे? Okay, let's start with this. Now alkane, alkene and alkyne, and last one in hydrocarbon is from allylic substitution. Allylic substitution. Now we already seen what is called as allyl and vinyl. Let's start with allyl. CH3, CH double bond, CH2. Now if I'm going to react with what, halogen atom or any reagent, let's start with any reagent. अभी होता क्या है देखो, which reagent हम बाद में देखते हैं. If I'm going to react this with reagents, now what happen is this. You will get here ठीक है. ओके, थोड़ा फिर से लिखते हैं इसको. if I'm going to react with reagents, just see what will happen is, you will get a CH2 X plus CH double bond CH2. Now this is what allylic substitution. If you remember this, we already seen this. This is CH2 double bond CH2 single bond Cl. This is called as allyl chloride, while CH3 CH2 double bond CH2 single bond CH2Cl, this is called as vinyl chloride. Okay, to start with this, okay, let's start with this now. Which kind of reagent you can use this reaction? Now reagents, any halogen, but it must be at a high temperature. You can use a thionyl chloride SO2Cl2, or you can use NBS, which is called as N-bromosuccinamide. All these three reagents, if you're going to use here, depend upon X. अगर तुम लोग X2Cl2 use करो तो definitely you will get Cl here. If you're going to use a bromine, Br you will get. If iodine, iodine you will get. ठीक है? So this is what called as allylic substitutions. A hydrogen atom will what replace by that halogen atom, and you will get this compound. Just copy down this. We will move to the next one. Okay, let's start with the next one. Okay, example कैसे लिखेंगे अभी देखते हैं इसको. If I'm going to write this CH3CH double bond CH2, if I'm going to carry out this reaction in the presence of Cl2 at a temperature 500 degrees Celsius, if I'm going to carry out this reaction by reacting with the bromine Br2 at again 500 degrees Celsius, if I'm going to react with the SO2Cl2, thionyl chloride, and if I'm going to react with NBS, N-bromosuccinamide, let's see what will happen. What are the product is? The first product again allylic substitution reaction है. तुम लोगों को मालूम है क्या है? Just replace this hydrogen atom by halogen atom. So you will have this CH2, CH double bond CH2. इधर आएगा chlorine atom. Next bromine, CH2, CH double bond CH2. Bromine atom will attach here. Next one, CH2, CH double bond CH2. Just replace hydrogen atom by Cl. Okay, and last one NBA, that is N-bromosuccinamide. CH2, CH double bond CH2 bromine. Okay, so this is called as allylic substitution. So today we have seen a preparation of alkyl halide. In that first one from hydrocarbon. In the first one we have seen from hydrocarbon, from alkane, from alkene, and from what? Alkynes. And this is what the last one, allylic substitution. So copy down this carefully. Now the next reaction is from alcohol. Let's start with that.